So good morning and welcome to another class. And last class we started a yogic concept. Anybody remembers what concept we started?
Church.
Soch, Soch. And Soch comes under which limb of yoga?
Niyam.
Niyam. Yes, very good. So first is yamas, then is niyamas. Niyamas maybe there are five parts, and we are focusing on Soch for the next few months, I would say. So this is such an important concept in today's day and age. So before going to Soch, actually, what is Soch and purity and cleanliness? Let's first discuss the root cause. Root cause of what? Root cause of impurity. Why this is necessary in today's day and age. We are talking about today's day and age. We are not talking about what happened 5,000 years ago and when this was written. But let's talk about today. So today, these words called depression, stress, anxiety, there is so much of unrest all around. If you look at news, there is news of like in Bangladesh, something is happening in Iran, something is happening in Russia, something is happening, stock markets going down, everything haywire. There is so much of unrest around. So what do you think is the root cause of this unrest? Anybody wants to try? Okay, what is the root cause? Okay, there is so much of unrest that is causing this our minds because many of you spoke about mind. When I talk about spoke about purity that day, most of you talk about purity of mind, and here is mind which is very unstable, which is at unrest. So what is the root cause of this? What do you think?
Overthinking.
Expectations.
One at a time. Pooja, yeah?
Expectations. Like, we
Okay.
are we
Yes.
we have a lot of expectations. Not
Okay.
satisfied with, what we have, not content.
Okay, so Pooja is telling about expectations. Priya, you were saying something?
Yeah, overthinking. Not
Overthinking.
disciplining our thoughts.
Yes, overthinking. Priya is very close. Harpreet, yeah,
मैं me
me.
मैं
Okay, so you're
so
talking.
I'm talking about that people are always concentrating about their this thing, not having the empathy for others.
Okay, okay,
Like मैं हूँ.
okay. So
Focusing on
she's
that.
telling it. Yeah, so Dolly is saying that we focus more on our own selves rather than we as a part of a community. Okay, anybody else? Priya was very close. I would say Priya was very close. Okay.
Is it homey?
Can you just because this is I think a Punjabi word. Can you just
Yeah, homey means ego, which
go?
is full of
Okay.
so many vices in our mind,
Ye- Yes.
and we
See,
work according to
yes,
the vices.
yes. So my question is, why do these vices occur? Yes. So there are expectations, there are home or ego that is there. We are being selfish, what you said. But the root cause, I would say, I'll just share a short PPT. There will be two
Dvesh.
slides that, yeah, Mukta.
Dvesh.
Sorry,
Dvesh.
Dvesh. Okay, yeah.
Isolation.
Yes, Dvesh is one of the kleshas, but see, today we are talking about the root cause because this is very important. Because if we don't get this right, no matter you work on expectations, you work on ego, you become very compassionate, whatever you do. But if the बोलते हैं ना, अगर root ही कमजोर है, तो पेड़ कैसे strong बनेगा? So what is happening with today's generation is this. I'll just share this. I made this in the morning, so it's a very short. Something called as evolutionary mismatch. This is a very, very important term कि why this is happening to us, why we are so discontent, why we are so बोलते हैं ना कि हमारा माइंड स्टेबल नहीं है. So what we human beings have done is that we have forgotten that we are a part of nature. हम ये भूल गए हैं कि हम प्रकृति का एक पार्ट हैं. Now why I'm saying evolutionary mismatch, because our minds जो है human minds हैं, for thousands of years or even millions of years, not thousands, in fact millions of years, it was growing at a certain pace. And along with our minds, the surroundings, that was also growing at a certain pace. There was no mismatch. So आज से बोलते हैं ना कि 30-40 साल पहले 50 साल पहले हम ये सब वर्ड सुनते ही नहीं थे. It was so uncommon that mental health, depression, anxiety, in spite of so much of abundance now on the outside, because life is so comfortable, everything you can get on a click of a mouse. Then agar if science has made the outside world so comfortable, then we should be comfortable on the inside also. But exactly the opposite thing has been happening. आजकल को छोटा बच्चा भी बोलता है, कई बार 5 से 10 साल के बच्चे भी बोलते हैं, आई एम थ्रू स्ट्रेस, यू डोंट नो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग थ्रू डिप्रेशन इन माय लाइफ, आई नीड अ काउंसलर. These things have become so common even with small kids. So there has been this evolutionary mismatch that has been happening, and there are certain बोलते हैं ना components to this. ऐसा नहीं है कि खाली टेक्नोलॉजी जो इतनी फास्ट हो गई है उस वजह से ये हुआ है. You cannot put the blame on the outside कि आउटसाइड कुछ हुआ उसकी वजह से मेरा इनसाइड डिस्टर्ब हो गया. देन एंटायर लाइफ यू विल बी ब्लेमिंग ओनली. You will never like बोलते हैं ना not conquer the mind, conquer is a wrong word, but take charge of your life, I would say. So we need to understand what are the now components of this. कि why did this mismatch happen? So there are three components to this. I'll just share the screen again. There are three components to the evolutionary mismatch and why this is happening. And here comes the next slide. Yeah. So one is thoughts, what Priya spoke about. Next is emotions, and third is action. So see, any outcome जो हमारी लाइफ में होता है, any outcome that is there, this is the result of these three things. One is thoughts, one is emotions, one is action. Now ये mismatch कहाँ हो रहा है कि these three needs to be in alignment. That what we think, how we feel, what we do. Now ये सारा बोलते हैं ना कि गड़बड़ हो गया. Sorry, the alignment which should be there between these three, that is gone. Any examples that come to your mind, आपके mind में आ रहा है कि हाँ कि this is happening in your life, or any references that you want to give? Hmm? What is going on in the news, or what is going on in your life? Anyone wants to try? Yeah. No. Okay, let's take the example of stock market. How many of you track stock markets here, or are aware of roughly कि हमें roughly idea कि what is happening in stock markets? So what happened recently? Any idea? Any idea? Anyone? What happened recently? I think Anusha is there. Yeah, Anusha would be the best to. Yeah, Anusha.
The Japanese carry trade.
Okay, so something happened in Japan. Okay, and what happened? If Japan में हुआ तो what happened? So something Japanese yen carry trade. I won't go into the details of what is yen carry trade, but
Interest rate
something
it
that,
was increased.
sorry,
Some interest rate
yeah, some interest rate was increased. Okay, no, उसमें क्या हुआ कि जापान में कुछ हुआ तो what was the outcome of that? Yeah, Anusha, I think
internationally, सब
yeah,
कुछ गिर गया. मतलब all the markets went down
yeah. तो एक
internationally.
तरह से बोलते हैं कि जापान को सर्दी लगी तो पूरे वर्ल्ड को बुखार आ गया. Is it normal? Is it normal? What is happening now? Is it normal? What do you think? कि just one central bank of one country increases interest rate by this much, and what happens in the world, there is billions of dollars has been like washed away. Clear, साफ हो गया. Hmm? What we have been designing, see what technology has done to us, ये जो thoughts है कि we were not designed to act so fast. आज देखिए साइंस कितना भी आगे बढ़ गया है. साइंस ने चलो एक इंफॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे डिसेमिनेट हुआ एंड यूएस में मार्केट्स क्रैश, तो इंडिया में मार्केट्स क्रैश. हैज साइंस बीन एबल टू, बोलते हैं ना कि ह्यूमन बर्थ, बच्चा पैदा होने में तो अभी भी कितना टाइम लगता है, 9 महीना लगता है. आर वी एबल टू, हम उसको क्या फास्ट कर चुके हैं? आर वी एबल टू लाइक कि चलो यार कि ये दवाई ले लो आप तो बच्चा 1 महीना में पैदा हो जाएगा? आर वी एबल टू चेंज सीजन्स? आर वी एबल टू लाइक बोलते हैं ना मेक अ प्लांट ग्रो फास्टर? बट अवर थॉट्स, बोलते हैं ना कि एक एक्शन से, एक छोटे से थॉट से इतने फास्ट रिएक्शंस हो रहे हैं that we are not able to take this. And what happens is so many people around the world, because of that one action of central bank, without thinking twice, without having control over our emotions. That is why thoughts, emotions, action, emotions are out of, बोलते हैं ना कि सब गायब हो जाता है इमोशंस हमारा उस समय. We don't know what is right, what is wrong. Our ability to think, our intellect goes for a toss when these three are not in alignment. So what happened? One day the markets went down. Japanese market went down by 13%. Next day, when people slept, when they thought about it, they thought it's not that bad also. Next day again, it was up 10%. If you are following the stock market, you must know that Nikkei, the index went down 10% one day. Next day again 10% another day. If somebody slept for 2 days, nothing changed for them. उनके लिए कुछ बदला नहीं. But because our thoughts, they were running so fast, and there was this, बोलते हैं ना कि emotions जब control में नहीं होता है, then we take action. That people panic, people did short selling, people did whatever जो भी stock market में होता है, and then they suffer. This is just an example that I'm taking. Similar thing happens with our lives also. that we were not designed for so much of stimulus. Actually, this formula was incomplete. Surrounding that is what I would say, this artificial intelligence or technology, which has like taken over our lives in the last 20 years. जो इतना we are bombarded with information every second, that there is this constant need for us to be in touch. Hmm? There are never ending notifications going on in our cell phones. There is breaking news like every moment now. There is nothing called a normal news. सारे news breaking news हो गए, that we feel that if we don't know something that we will miss out on something. And we are just बोलते हैं ना कि pushing our kids into this rabbit hole also, that if you don't run fast, someone will go ahead of you and you will suffer. Hmm? I don't know where is this imaginary race that is going on between us, between human beings, to like excel in life, that self improvement thing, कि हम बस भागते 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 रहते हैं. At the end of the day, you feel that lethargy, you just feel that all the energy is drained, you need to lie down and you just go into that social media thing and the बोलते हैं ना mindless scrolling thing, because we are just fed up. The human beings, most of us, at the end of the day, we are fed up with our day. That enough is enough. I just need some, and then people resort to drugs or alcohol or whatever, many wrong things, many how we abuse ourselves. So this is the root cause, because we have to think कि हमारा ये जो चीज है, our thoughts, our emotions and our actions, are these three things in alignment or not. एक भी अगर गड़बड़ हो गया कि आप सोचते कुछ है, you feel something else and you act differently, that is when this thing happens. That जो रूट है हमारा हमारा रूट इतना कमजोर हो गया है, that we have forgotten that what we want from life. Nobody even thinks, I would say, what we want from life. There are very few, I would say, out here also, who are very clear that this is what I want from life. This is, that is where expectation comes. Now what Pooja spoke about expectations, कि हमें पता ही नहीं क्या चाहिए, तो you are letting others define your expectations. That is where that ego comes. What, but root क्या था? What is the root? Root was, what Priya told, was thoughts. Now हमारे thoughts क्या है? What do you think? Are your thoughts in your control, or is someone else controlling your thoughts? Hmm? What do you think?
Surroundings are controlling us.
Yes,
आसपास
yeah.
में
There
जो
is a
हम
there is a
देखते हैं.
yeah, there is a famous बोलते हैं ना saying that the algorithm in YouTube or algorithm on Facebook knows you better than yourself. उसको पता है कि आप क्या सोच रहे हैं, वो आपको वही दिखाता है. That if you log into my wife's Facebook, तो वो सब दिखाएगा, वो सलवार कुर्ती and all the fashionable things. And if you log into my Facebook, it will show all the famous quotes and authors and yogis and all those stuff, because they know you better than you. So we are letting others, we are letting, बोलते हैं ना कि the artificial intelligence, the science, the technology, they have taken over our thoughts. So how do we control this now? How do we get this into alignment? This is the main thing. So one thing I very strongly suggest everyone should do, and do this as a prescription, not as a like advice, that have a technology break every hour or every 2 hours at least. Name this a technology curfew. बिकॉज हम इतना फास्ट सोचने के लिए हम बने ही नहीं है. हमारा जो माइंड है, जो इवोल्यूशनरी मिसमैच जो हुआ है, दिस इज जस्ट बिकॉज अवर थॉट्स आर रेसिंग सो फास्ट, कि अभी भी आप यहाँ बैठे हैं तो आपके दिमाग में 10 दूसरी चीजें चल रही हैं. यू आर हियर इन द क्लास प्रेजेंट, बट योर माइंड इज समवेयर एल्स. दैट्स व्हाई वी डू दिस कंडीशनिंग प्रैक्टिस. सो व्हेनेवर यू शिफ्ट फ्रॉम वन एक्टिविटी टू अनदर, डू सम कंडीशनिंग. सिट डाउन, थिंक अबाउट द डे. आज डे क्या है, आज डेट क्या है, वेयर आर यू, व्हाट्स द पर्पस ऑफ डूइंग दैट एक्टिविटी. जो भी एक्टिविटी आप करने वाले हैं, डू इट इंटेंशनली, rather than living life out of impulse. कि चलो यार वहां से कुछ impulse आया तो you just react, वहां से कोई impulse आया then you again react. What we are doing, you're not living your life, बोलते हैं ना कि purposefully. कोई पर्पस ही नहीं लाइफ में, बस जिस दिशा में लाइफ ले गए, एंड देन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे यू फील दैट लाइफ इज वर्थलेस. यू फील दैट, बोलते हैं ना, एजिटेशन विद इन. अंदर से हमें कभी खुशी फील नहीं होती कि हाँ, आई डिड समथिंग मीनिंगफुल विथ माई लाइफ. So try this. It's a very simple practice. I have been like teaching this in other many different ways for many months now. But have this technology curfew in your day at least 5 to 6 times. Wherein you're not letting others define what you think. Because अगर root ही हमारा कमजोर होगा, then your entire life you continue to suffer, you suffer, and you at the end of your life you feel that your life is worthless. And That would be a very sad part, that after being a part of this class, if you come to that conclusion, that that guilt will be there, यार हमें पता होने के बाद, इट्स लाइक कमिटिंग सुइसाइड। बोलते हैं ना कि सुइसाइड मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि हम फिजिकली अपने आप को हार्म कर रहे हैं। राइट नाउ व्हाट वी आर डूइंग एज ह्यूमन बीइंग्स टू आवरसेल्व्स इज दैट, बोलते हैं ना कि आई डोंट नो व्हाट वर्ड इट इज, मेंटल सुइसाइड और समथिंग, दैट वी आर इन अ रेस, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर इन अ रेस टू फिनिश देमसेल्व्स एज फास्ट एज पॉसिबल, कि सब में एक जंग है ये, कि चलो कौन अपना समय कितना बर्बाद करता है, कौन कितने नेगेटिव थॉट सोचता है, कौन कितने नेगेटिव विचार ला रहा है। बोलते हैं ना कि खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं अपनी लाइफ का, खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं, यानी कि रेस है कि कौन कितना उसमें फास्ट जा रहा है। हम्म? तो लेट्स, बोलते हैं ना, लेट्स गेट आउट ऑफ दिस रैट रेस, लेट्स pause for a moment. Let's focus on what's important for you. Let's define your values. Let's get in touch with your GPS. There should be certain ground rules होने चाहिए. There should ground rules हमारे life का, कि these are the ground rules. This is my GPS. That this will define my emotions. This will define my thoughts. This will define my actions. And when these three are in alignment, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, naturally the outcome, ये नहीं बोलता हूँ कि outcome would be perfect, but at least you will live your life intentionally, and how beautiful that would be, that अगर, बोलते हैं ना, हर आउटकम जो आप आपकी लाइफ में आ रहा है, that you know that you are responsible for that, that at least your intentions behind your outcome was as per your wish. You are not letting others define your life. How beautiful that would be. So think about it. Do write this in your journal, जो journaling करते हैं. Have these breaks. Feel breaks में क्या कर सकते हैं? You can do some pranayam, you can do some meditation. Initially, you can do some guided meditation, although I don't suggest that a lot, because that again would be going back to technology only. Think that you are a part of nature. Don't forget. You should remember that you are a part of nature. Don't try to hurry things. बहुत फास्ट जाने की कोशिश मत करिए, बिकॉज आउटकम तो अपने हिसाब से ही होना। आपको लगता है कि वी आर इन कंट्रोल, जैसे मैंने बोला ना कि इफ पीपल एक्टेड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द इम्पल्स, जो मैंने स्टॉक मार्केट का एग्जांपल दिया, पीपल लॉस्ट करोर्स एंड करोर्स दैट डे, लाइक मेनी हाउसेस वर डिवास्टेटेड, बोलते हैं काफी घर बर्बाद हो गए थे दैट डे। व्हाई? बिकॉज यू जस्ट एक्टेड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ वन थॉट, वन इम्पल्स। वेरी क्लासिक एग्जांपल, वेरी प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल की हाउ पीपल आर सफरिंग दीस डेज। Okay, so let's practice this sitting still practice. I'll just shift my location. You can close your eyes, आंखें बंद कर लीजिए।
So you were saying there were 2 points. एक ही
Yeah,
था. You said no,
which two points?
evolutionary mismatch.
No, no, one, only one. This is a root cause, I would say. This
Achha.
evolutionary mismatch. Yeah. Come, let's sit on the mat.